Here we go with the next bout of the evening. Kevin, the Vermont Bully Cobbs, coming out of the red corner wearing red and gold trunks. 6-0, 2 knockouts, standing at 6 feet 2 inches, 175 pounds, 28 years old, living in Willimantic, Connecticut, hailing from Burlington, Vermont. His opponent coming out of the blue corner, TYLON Shadowboy Burris, 3-0, 2 knockouts, 6 feet 1 inches, 170 pounds, from Hartford, Connecticut. Rare fight here for New England fight fans. 2 undefeated fighters, 6-0 against 3-0, something that you very, very rarely see at this stage in these fighters' career, fighting another undefeated fighter. But that's what you have here with Cobbs and Burris. Hats off to CES and matchmaker Rich Capiello for putting this fight together. Cobbs has a knockout in his pro debut and his most recent fight against Alexander Mancera. 4 decision wins in between that. His most recent fight against Mancera was actually losing on the scorecards going into the 4th round. Literally needed a knockout to win the fight, and he knocked Mancera out in the 1st minute of that 4th and final round. Probably Cobbs' most impressive win to date, and now you see Cobbs going down on his backside there. Burris just delivered a nice shot and caught Cobbs off balance. Not sure if it stung Cobbs, but definitely caught him in just the right position to get the knockdown. Cobbs goes down and gets back up with a smile, ready to go here as the fighters touch gloves. Burris made his pro debut in 2007, won by knockout. Then took 5 subsequent years off, 2-0 in 2012. He's only boxed a combined 9 rounds in his pro career. His opponent's combined record are 0-5, so going from 3 fighters combined record of 0-5 to now fighting Kevin Cobbs, who's 6-0. Hats off to TYLON Burris for taking a major step up in competition here and looking pretty good in round number 1, already with a knockdown. Local fans here in Rhode Island and all throughout New England have seen Cobbs grow up in the ring in his last 6 fights. Notice immediately by looking at him, he has certainly a height advantage over Burris by about 1.5 inches. Has a longer reach than just about every opponent he steps in there with. His problem last time against Mancera, he just couldn't get used to that range because Mancera kept working inside on him. And that was really what happened to Cobbs in the first 3 rounds. He finally got some distance and was able to deliver that knockout punch on Mancera. And that's certainly what he's going to have to do here against TYLON Burris, is make sure he can keep his distance and use his reach and his length to his advantage. Final 30 seconds of round number 1 of a scheduled 4. See Cobbs trying to be busy in the final seconds here. Referee Joey Lupino separating the fighters here, trying to get a little more action in the final seconds of this opening round between these 2 light heavyweights. This is the first 6-round fight for Kevin Cobbs and for TYLON Burris. It's the end of round number 1 of a scheduled 6. TYLON Burris with a knockdown there in the first round, taking a 10-9 to the scorebook. There you see Kevin Cobbs with his corner of Libby Medeiros. Sucre Ray Oliveira, one of the more popular fighters in New England history, now working the corner of the Vermont bully Kevin Cobbs. He has a lot of great experience there in the red corner, working towards his advantage. And it really was Ray and Libby who made the difference there in that last fight against Mancera, giving him the right advice. Coming into the 4th and final round, we'll see if they can help out their fighter here, as he's already down 2 points going into the 2nd round. Still a lot of boxing to go in this fight. 5 more rounds to get both fighters in their first 6-round fight of their career. Cobbs in the red trunks, and Shadow Boy TYLON Burris in the purple trunks. See Cobbs now working to the side there of Burris And referee Joey Lupino saying stop the holding. Looked like TYLON may have had his arm around COBB there. And you see a nice uppercut there by TYLON Burris. Really caught Kevin COBB in the right spot. And now COBB seems to be in a little trouble. Seems to be a little off base. And TYLON really unleashing there in the corner. And COBB takes a knee as he's holding onto Burris' waist. Joey Lupino says it was a slip. It may have been a slip, but COBB certainly looked like he was in a little trouble there. Burris with a vicious uppercut, which started that whole flurry, and then he kept on right into the neutral corner. 2 minutes left in this round, and Burris looking very good. There's another big hook by Burris, and COBB has to be careful. He gets caught with another one. COBB's trying to get out of the way, and COBB's gonna have to start defending himself. He's up against the ropes. Joey Lupino looking in, seeing if COBB can defend himself, and that's it. Joey Lupino steps in between COBB and Burris. First loss of Kevin COBB's career. TYLON Burris improves to 4-0 now with 3 knockouts. COBB falls to 6-1. The first 6-rounder for COBB does not go as planned. You see COBB now talking over with TYLON Burris. That was just a dominating effort by Shadow Boy TYLON Burris. Give him all the credit in the world for stepping up and fighting a undefeated fighter. Coming into tonight's matchup, combined record of his first 3 opponents 0-5, takes on a 6-0 fighter. And although this may not be Kevin COBB's hometown, he certainly has made a great following here at Twin River. He's 5-0 at Twin River coming into tonight. Basically his home away from home with all his fans here. And TYLON snuck in the back door and will walk away with a 2nd round knockout. You see, this is the start of round number 2. This is following that uppercut. And there, COBB's really just holding on for dear life as Joey Lupino called it a slip. And right there, COBB's put his hand straight up in the air. Not sure what that was all about. And Burris taking advantage of it. There's that left hook that really did it. And then you see Joey Lupino, it's just a matter of time before he stepped in. Just really applying the pressure here. COBB's not doing anything to defend himself. Burris using those vicious short hooks. And there is Joey Lupino stepping in and calling a halt to the action. It looks like ring announcer Bill Carpenter is ready for the official time of the stoppage. Let's send it down to the center of the ring with Bill.
Ladies and gentlemen, your official time, 1 minute, 19 seconds of round number 2. Referee Joey Lupino calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated, TYLON Shadow Boy Burris.